Closed captioning for great tastes is presented by Manitoba Mushroom Growers. Fresh, simple, good. Manitoba Liquor Mart presents Great Tastes of Manitoba. Great Tastes is brought to you by GreatTastesMB.ca. Great Tastes is sponsored by Manitoba Agriculture, Food and Rural Development.
Well, here we are, the 26th season of Great Tastes of Manitoba. My name is Des Daniels. I'm super excited to be part of it with you this season. And we're going to have an entire season of product experts, people with all kinds of great ideas on how to use local foods and make them awesome. And we're here at the beautiful Grant Park Liquor Mart Education Center. We're starting today with a couple of uber experts. We have Heather Dybert, Manitoba Mushroom Growers Association, and we have Sheila Nash, product expert with Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. So we're going to be doing Trend to Extend today. What do you have planned for us today, Heather?
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to show people how to take some ground meat and extend it by adding chopped mushrooms into it. And then we're going to show them how to make that into meatballs, burgers, and then we also have a wonderful one skillet burrito, mushroom burrito.
So we're going to start with something kind of basic and turn it into a couple of really great things.
Yes.
Now, you probably have some ideas already here, Sheila, but are there any questions specifically that you wanted to ask?
Honestly, it all sounds great. Thinking savory across the board, although you did mention burritos, and first thing that comes to mind is usually a little bit of spice.
Yes.
So is there anything extraordinarily spicy, or is it still going to have more of a savory characteristic?
I did use, in the recipe, it is a chili seasoned tomato, canned tomatoes that is used.
Okay.
So it does give it some nice flavors, some spicy flavors.
Delicious.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds
Lots
good.
in
Looking
mind.
forward to seeing what you're going to come up with. Okay,
Happy
thanks,
cooking.
Sheila. We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
So if you're looking to stretch your food dollar,
Yes.
it seems like ground beef and mushrooms is a perfect combination. So that's what we're going to do here in just a second. But
Yep.
I have to say, these mushrooms,
Yes.
First of all, I'm blown away by just the sheer number of different kinds of mushrooms that are grown right here in Manitoba. So tell us about that.
I will, yes. These are all grown, right here in Manitoba. They pick 364 days a year. We're going to start off people are very familiar with the white. Yeah, the traditional white mushroom.
Are they like just button mushrooms?
These
or
are,
just,
the button mushroom number 2s. These tend to be the basic,
Right.
the go-to.
Yes.
Another one that more and more people are starting to use will be the cremini, which is a darker mushroom in color. It's browner in color, and it's a little denser in texture, and it also has a little bit of a stronger flavor.
Okay.
A little earthier flavor. So today we're going to show people how to use that, a great way to introduce it. The big one is the portobello. So that one is the cremini. We let it grow for 3 more days, and it becomes the portobello.
3 more days and you get that?
Yes.
Wow.
Once it reaches a certain size, 3 more days, and it becomes the grand.
That is like a hamburger. Like it's,
Yes.
you know, you could
Yes.
actually use it as such,
For
right?
sure,
Okay, what are
definitely.
these beauties here on the side?
Okay, in the front, these beautiful ones are called an oyster mushroom. Very silky, smooth texture, wonderful, again, nice earthy flavor. Very interesting looking and would be wonderful to be used in anything. The last one is the shiitake mushroom. Again, probably the strongest flavored mushroom, and the only one we do recommend that you remove the stem because it does tend to be a little woody.
Okay, nothing crazy happens
No.
if you eat the stem. Okay.
No,
All
nothing
right,
crazy.
perfect. Okay,
Okay.
so I want to get to this blend
Yes.
because this is great. You can take this little bit of ground beef and make it into something so much
Yes.
bigger. Okay, so
Yes, so this is a pound of ground meat. We're using lean ground beef today just to show people that you can use any kind of meat that you prefer. Into that, what I've done is I've chopped up 1/2 pound of mushrooms. And I've used the food processor today. You can do this by hand.
I'm trying to imagine how long just
It
to
would
get
take-
that texture,
yes.
right? So that's a
It
lot
would
of
take-
meditative chopping, probably too
Definitely.
much meditation.
Yeah, it would take a long time by hand. The other thing you could do is use a blender and do it in sections or by hand or the food processor if you have it. Now, for you, you can either get in there with your hands. I'm going to get you to be the mixer, or I did bring some gloves for you to wear, whatever you prefer.
Know, I'm sort of more of a hands-on kind of girl.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'll try. You went through the trouble trouble.
Yes,
to
I
get
did.
me the gloves, you know.
Yeah,
so let's
try
do
it
that.
out.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get in
Well,
there.
we're going to add everything in, and then I'm going to get
Okay.
you in there. So we've got
Not
ground,
that I'm eager or anything to get
ground
in there.
beef, the mushrooms, and this is a blend of the white and the cremini that I've
Okay.
used today. Great way to add cremini mushrooms into your mushroom, regime.
Okay.
So an egg just to help bind.
Oh.
Some seasoned breadcrumbs.
Okay, and that's Countryside Farms Vita
Yes.
egg.
Yes.
Lovely,
and some
fresh.
seasonings. We
Okay.
have a little bit of Italian seasoning.
Can you
and
you
again,
can sort of be liberal with the
you
seasonings
can
and use anything you want.
Garlic salt, takes away the chopping of the garlic, but as well, we don't have to add any other extra seasoning or salt.
Okay.
And a bit of pepper. So we'll get in
Perfect.
there and we'll just add a bit of pepper
For a
in
second,
there.
I thought you were going to dump that all in.
No,
there.
no, no.
All right.
Okay,
so can
so
I do it
yes,
now? Okay. All
get
right.
in
Good.
there.
All right.
Okay, so basically this is what you do. You get in there, you mix it up, and this becomes your classic ground beef and mushroom blend. And this now can be used in many, many different ways.
And you can freeze it first. You can freeze it. Well, I guess you'd probably want to make maybe meatballs ahead of time, and you got
Yes.
them all frozen. You got hockey practice. You don't have to stress about doing all that
Yep.
prep work, right?
Right,
Okay.
so what you can do now at this stage is you could form these into meatballs, cook them.
Okay.
And then what we've done is given people the recipe of how to make a mushroom meatball sub.
Right.
Using the classic ground beef and mushroom blend.
And boy, did those look beautiful.
So
Awesome.
all we've done is, again, made it into meatballs, cooked the meatballs separately, baked them in the oven versus frying, again,
Okay.
a little bit healthier. And then what we've also done is put them in a sauce, put them into a nice bun with cheese.
They look great.
Yes.
I'm going to deal with the gloves, and
Yes.
when we come back, we're going to be doing a mushroom matzo burger here on Great Taste of Manitoba. Stay with us.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Please drink responsibly. Moderation tastes so much better.